It's about 6:15 and time now for What's Trending. Get this. This could be your dream job. Actually getting paid for sleeping at a 5-star luxury resort. A website called sleepstandards.com is looking for a candidate willing to spend 5 nights sleeping in different environments. The candidate will be required to write a report on each night's sleep experience, and the luxury resort being one of them. The company, which researches sleep quality products, is planning to pay the chosen candidate $2,000 and all expenses paid. Interested candidates are asked to provide a headshot and also submit a 60-second video about why they would be a good choice. Applicants must also provide links to all their social media pages, and the deadline for entries is March 31st. So you guys, this seems like the ideal study for us to be involved in, because I know all of us could definitely use some more sleep. And just for me in general, I mean, being on the schedule, also being a mom, I'm just tired constantly. So I recently told my husband my birthday's coming up, and I said all I want for my birthday is actually just like one night away at a hotel by myself without anybody else so that I could sleep. So this suits me. This would be great.
Yeah, and I can understand how that's an actually very reasonable request for us. But yeah, I think this is a really interesting thing they're doing here, and I feel like there's got to be a catch though, right?
Because I wonder what the other environments are.
That was the first thing that came to my mind, like as one of them, like tenting out in the wilderness or something like that. But I think at the end of the day, it might be worth it for a little bit of extra cash in your pocket. Plus, you guaranteed at least one good night's sleep.
Right.
Yeah, both of you took the words right out of my mouth. That's kind of the win-win situation. Except, the question is there strings attached? Like what are some of the other scenarios you will be sleeping in? I know lately, because we work this interesting schedule, it's easy for us to just fall asleep as soon as we get off work. So at least for most of us, it's like interesting.
Very, very interesting. Well, yeah, that's certainly a fun story there, but some NHL teams also enjoyed some luxury over the weekend. The Boston Bruins and Philadelphia Flyers closed out the NHL Showcase outdoor event at Lake Tahoe on Sunday. The views of the rink with the lake and surrounding mountains in the background were just breathtaking. Dozens of fans watched the game by boat or kayak from the shores. One fan was even brave enough to take a polar plunge into America's largest alpine lake. As for the hockey, though, well, David Pastrnak was the rock star. He scored twice, then capped off his performance with this wrister. Oh, there's the guy going. Capped it all off with a wrister in the third to secure a hat trick, his second hat trick against the Flyers this season. It was a very memorable weekend in the state line, Nevada, and the Vegas Golden Knights and Colorado Avalanche played at the rink on Saturday, with the Avalanche winning that game 3-1. And you guys, I'm a Bruins fan myself, so I was really looking forward to watching the game earlier on in the day. It ended up getting pushed back a little bit past my bedtime, but going back and looking at all those highlights just looks like an amazing experience for all those players and the fans who were lucky enough to be able to see that from their boats. Exactly.
It's just like one of the most beautiful places in the country, for sure. We used to go visit Lake Tahoe for my birthday every year, so we'd be out there in February of every year to go skiing and hang out, and just looking at those videos and even the pictures, it almost looks fake, right? I mean, just the ice rink right there against the lake, just a stunning scene. And yeah, I'm glad that there were at least a few people able to see it. Of course, they didn't allow fans to actually be at the game, but just from a little further away, it's cool.
Yeah, very beautiful too. And yeah, even some of those games getting delayed too, because the sun's intense rays, because we're getting closer to spring, not helping the ice conditions out. So caused a few delays, which wasn't very convenient at all. But one mom actually tried to make things a little bit more convenient. In our next story, a Louisiana mom goes viral for finding a creative way to give her kids a bath during the recent winter storm. The endeavor was called a snow bath. Marie Harper said she came up with the idea to bathe her kids in the crawfish pond after seeing friends on Facebook give their kids sponge baths by heating snow. 4 of Harper's kids, ranging in age from 2 to 6, took part in this adventure. Like many others, the Harper family had no water and power due to the storm. A word for anyone who wants to try this technique: Harper says the bottom of the pot will be extremely hot even if the water isn't. She recommends putting the pot in the stove to cool down the bottom and test the water before putting the kids in it. So very creative and you can almost say a little gutsy too, but hey, you gotta try to find a way to get clean somehow. So very creative. Just gotta be careful with that water temperature.
You got to do what you got to do. And yeah, moms come up with all sorts of brilliant ways to keep everything fine and normal kind of for their kids. But how cute just to see their little faces popping up out of that giant crawfish pot. It's very, I'm sure, going to be a memorable thing that they always kind of look back upon fondly because mom made it fun for them.
Oh, 100%. Definitely bigger than any pot you can find in my house, though. But what a great inventive way to make sure your kids are clean. Definitely an important disclaimer that you need to watch out for the water temperature
and the hot bottom.
Yeah, the hot bottom too.
Yep.
But either way, very, very cool story there.
Yeah.